Unfortunately, can't say we're too surprised. We've seen this team lose in historical ways our entire lives, and we just added another one to the list. So we're gonna dive right into that ugly ass Monday Night Football game. One of the darkest losses that we've probably that I can remember for obvious reasons, and because we just lost in a shitty fashion again. We'll kind of go over the game here. Fucking dog's trying to come in here. We'll go over the game here. Kind of look into the Titans matchup and go over some questions we got on Twitter. So let's get this thing going and start with the saddest part of the game. Obviously, this was one of the darkest times to be a Browns fan. How'd that make you feel, Kyle? Seeing that play?
I don't know how you can't be deflated as a Browns fan. Like you watch that and you see a guy who does every single thing right, involved in the community, and then he goes down in the worst way fashion with the call what you want, borderline cheap shot, dirty hit, whatever, depending on how you look at it. It just sucks losing a player like that. But people in the NFL don't care. Nobody's gonna stop and feel sorry for you. You just got to move on, unfortunately.
Yep.
How'd you feel when you saw it, Dennis?
Um,
What was going through your head?
bro,
Depression?
no lie, like coming into this year, like I had a feeling either Watson, Chubb, or Miles, one of those three were gonna be done for the year, like injury wise. I didn't know when it was gonna happen. I didn't know who it was gonna be. And then as soon as I seen him grab his leg, I'm like, yep, there it is.
The yeah,
So
the crazy thing is, like, it was such a bang bang play, and I mean on the broadcast you couldn't see it at first. So when he flipped over and he was holding his leg, I was like, oh damn, he must have hit a helmet or hit knees off somebody. It didn't look anything serious. And then once he spit out his mouthpiece and you heard him yell, I think my heart stopped. I literally just got up and left the room. I was watching by myself, and I got up and just left the room. And obviously my phone was already blown up and Twitter was going nuts, but that like watching that happen, it literally made me feel like the season doesn't matter, which is dramatic, but that's how intense it was and how bad it was. And like this morning I woke up and literally the first thing I thought of was did that really happen? Yep, that did. That sucks. And
that
like
was
I
a
felt like
nightmare.
shit today too.
I was telling you guys this, but my mom came home because she wasn't home, and we told her what happened, and she loves Nick Chubb, and she was like almost crying. I was like, and my dad was so pissed he just went to bed. I was like, it doesn't matter who you are, everyone loves Nick Chubb.
Oh
Right.
yeah. The entire NFL. I mean, athletes, celebrities, everybody on Twitter was tweeting about Nick Chubb. Everybody.
Yep.
And I
Dude,
refused to watch it at first.
it's so sad, dude.
I only watched it back because I saw people saying it was a dirty hit. And maybe it's unfair. I don't think he tried to blow out Nick Chubb's knee, but dude, when you turn your body like that and throw your whole all your weight into someone's kneecap, like I don't know what you expect is going to happen. But I also, it's not my job to tackle Nick Chubb. And I mean,
Nope.
I was pretty undersized in football, and I would dive at people's legs. So I don't know. It's a bang bang play. It's obviously
Right.
terrible, but they're gonna have to step up. So
Yeah,
we'll get into that
it
more
was just bad.
later.
It was just
Um,
bad timing for real.
so bad, and the team was deflated after that. I mean, do we have leaders? The defense did. The defense fucking came out even more fired up. The
Right.
offense looked like dog shit.
Yep.
Um,
We gave up 12 points on defense. That's insane.
yeah, yeah. It's not it's not changing my slide, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Um, let me bring it back to the middle. But I mean, obviously after that, you were hoping it would amp up Watson a little bit, and boy did it not. That
Nope.
didn't help anything. I mean, we looked worse, and I'm sure the game plan got all messed up. So it is what it is. But dude, is anybody an offensive leader?
Like I texted you guys during the game, like good coaches, good quarterbacks, and just overall good teams. Stuff like that's going to happen, unfortunately, and you got to adjust. And after that, the offense just looked like they didn't want to be there and just looked lost. Aside from like the Jerome Ford play, we had no offense.
Dude, the quarterback needed to step up. We paid him all this money to be the guy. Like we brought him here, all the baggage, all the bullshit, and like he just folded. Like obviously the circumstances are what they are. Like what it is, what it is. The line had a bad day, but like
Yep.
you need to step up, bro. Like
But that's the thing. I get it's early, and you can say disregard the 6 games last year or whatever. Sure. Through 2 games in a 17-game season, and I emphasize that because there's still a lot of football left, he's not looked good. There's no defending that. You paint it whatever way you want, but the root of the problem has started with 4 this year.
Through
Yeah.
8 games.
Yeah, I was just
I mean-
talking. I was just talking this year, but
I know.
Yeah,
But like, he's not even looking better. He's looking worse.
right, either the same or worse.
You guys are seeing him up on the screen, right? I just wanna-
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
and I
Sorry, Ray.
see people throwing up the offensive line's horrible. Yeah, sure. Jed Wills, not a good tackle. That's looking like a huge miss. But look at his tackles and linemen overall in Houston. He had Laramie Tunsil, but that was towards the end of his tenure. Other than that, his line was not very good.
I mean, he looks like Baker after he hurt his shoulder right now. Like, I don't think I don't even know if he had one true drop back like the whole second half. It's instantly happy feet. He's instantly trying to bail. I mean, Jake Burns was putting clips today, and there was a few of those plays where, yeah, I mean, Jones or Wills got beat outside, but a pocket opened up the front.
He just bailed out of it, bro. Like soon as like collapse, all he like Amari, he's running like a post or like going like toward the sideline, like hash the sideline, like step up in the pocket, rip it. That's a TD.
Or
Like
how many throws do we see him miss by just a quarter of a second? Obviously some of that's timing. Hopefully it'll come with as the year goes on, but you can't just disregard that.
Yeah, and we're allowed to talk about it.
yeah,
We don't have to be scared and I mean, everyone ripped Baker a new one. Poor guy. Everything that guy did.
And that's the thing. People were so obviously Baker had 4 years here, so a little bit different. But if you're going to criticize one guy and run him out of town, when a guy's not playing well, don't be afraid.
yeah, we gotta call a spade on it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, when you take that money, you just gotta. And I'm not. It's not even Watson. I mean, he came outside. I played like shit. He owned it. I so far haven't seen him on Twitter or anything like other people making excuses or deflecting responsibilities. So that's what got Baker into trouble there a little bit because he started going on social media. So I hope that we don't get to that point because
that'd
that's
be
impossible to defend.
that's
Dude.
like rock bottom again. So
Oh man, yeah, we need. I mean, I know it's 2023 and this is how it is now, but this social media has been such a detriment to.
Yep. Nothing good comes out of it.
No, it doesn't. I
Not-
mean, promote your shit, pump up the fans, but post game, just stay off it.
yeah,
Bring it on
turn
there.
the phone off.
Yeah, when your emotions are high, nothing good is going to come.
You're not
Oh,
gonna like what you
100%.
see.
Nope.
You know.
It's only going to make a negative mindset get even worse.
Yep.
Oh, 100%. You're not gonna like what you see. So, I mean, going forward, we got the Titans this week. We'll get into that later, but let's just throw this up. Does this impress anybody? I mean,
Not at all.
my dog just came in the room.
You throw in the 2 fumbles. One of them I'm not going to give him blame for because Jed got absolutely blown up. But the fumble when he's reaching for on 4th and 1, you
they
just
said they
can't
knew
have
it.
that.
They said they knew the play too. Like, how does that happen?
Somebody had to get, yeah.
TJ Watt literally said, "I knew what they were doing. That's why I was there."
And I know obviously TJ's one of, if not the best defensive player in the league. But if he's
Mhm.
sitting there reading your offense like a book, what does that say?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to go backwards, but the first play of the game, you run an empty set, 3 and out to your third string tight end. What are we doing?
I don't.
What
I'll
are
s-
we doing?
I don't get that. I still don't understand that. I don't want that dude on this team. Like I still don't. Like
I just don't see why he's getting as many reps as he's had. Like you got Jordan Akins and he hasn't even gotten a target.
He shouldn't even be running routes.
Nope.
Like, if anything, just put him in there to block. That's all. His pass blocking grade, I believe, was actually pretty good, but it's because they were lining him up as like a halfback, and he was chipping off the edge, which I'm fine with. I mean, if you're gonna put a guy in like that, and he can block, I guess, but he has. I shared on Twitter today, like through 2 weeks, he has 4 targets, and Njoku has 7.
Yep.
what a
the
joke.
fuck! Nice pun, Dennis.
And And a lot of that's because we haven't got close to the red zone. You can't really truly use Njoku or Jordan Akins if you're not in the red zone.
Yeah. I mean, that's where they're best, but dude, the thing we were best at last year with Jacoby was our play action was just nuts. I mean,
It
have we
was
had
so
any?
money,
Our
bro.
play action this
Yep.
year has just been nothing.
Right. Nobody's biting on anything. Like,
No, and it's almost like, I mean, the Steelers weren't scared of Watson at all. They did not
yeah,
respect him. They
They're
did
not
not
scared of
respect him.
nobody.
Their
yeah,
safeties
yeah.
were pressing. They were blitzing. They didn't give a shit. Whether it was
Literally.
their coaching staff, I think it was their coach staff and the players. There
Yep.
was just zero respect. And this move, we made this move to win games like Monday night, like last night, and
They didn't.
we lost it in the same fashion we always have. So
We
I
had-
get it. That's why I get when people are like, "Oh, same old. He's a waste of 230 million. Whatever." It is still early. We can't say that yet. Yeah, I mean, 2 months from now, we might be like, "Oh, wow," looking back on this. But when you're losing the game in the same fashion you've always lost, and it's coming down to the quarterback, and there's just no difference in the end. I mean, I understand why people are gonna get frustrated and say stuff.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna act like I'm a quarterback guru, but if you watch that game and thought he played well or he did everything right, did we watch the same game?
Yeah, he was bad, bro.
I think he regressed from the first game.
1,000%, and it was a monsoon the first game.
Yeah,
There was no weather to blame on this time,
Right.
which
It
I'm
was-
glad.
it was
I'm
a-
glad the weather was good. I'm done with the excuses, dude.
Right.
and I think it was Diana Rossini that said people in the building attributed it to Russ. But at what week in the season can you not say Russ? Is
I
it
don't
week
know.
four? Week 4?
I don't
Week-
want to
week
hear
10?
that word ever again.
No,
Because,
dude. Like, is he? I don't know. Like, how rusty can something be? Is he
Right.
like a fucking Ford truck from 1976? I don't understand.
You
What's
got to
going
come
on?
out and show something this week on Sunday. And if you don't, the fan base, they're going to walk slower and slower
And if you
towards the
don't-
cliff.
We'll be in the crowd yelling
Yeah.
cuss words.
People are going to walk closer and closer to the edge of the cliff because Browns fans have done it for
Well-
30 plus years for a lot of them. Like it's an older fan base, dedicated fan base.
And they knew, and I mean, he knew, unfortunately, with everything that happened and the money he got, that he was instantly going to be under the biggest microscope ever.
Yep.
Every play he does bad, people are going to cheer all across the NFL.
Yep.
Every play. My dog is insane, bro. He just came in again.
And
But
whether
seriously, every single play, one bad throw, one high throw,
Yeah.
one bad read. Look,
It's
they were
getting-
clipped all over Twitter today.
Yeah.
that's-
it's
Fan
getting
bases from
critiqued.
every team, bro.
And
are
that's
gonna
going back
be
to-
here to laugh at us.
that's going back to what we said with social media. Like social media nowadays, you can take a snap moment and react to everything in real time.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on to someone that was a little flashier. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate, but guys are gonna have to step up, like always, and you'd hope the QB would be them, but my slides are not working, but that's okay. RB1 now, Jerome Ford.
Yes, sir.
How do we feel about him?
I mean, he looked good. You drafted him in what, the 4th round for a reason? Because you knew you're gonna have to have somebody behind Chubb. You don't have Kareem anymore, although that can change. He was in for a visit today. You're gonna have to bring in somebody now.
Yeah. Forward. I mean, I think he's not like in between tackles kind of running back. You kind of got to get him on the edge, like on the outside. Like if you want to run like an inside zone to the outside, he's like how he ran on how they had the 69-yard, 70-yard run. He almost go around like stuff
Yep.
like that. Like stuff out the backfield, just kind of how they use Kareem like in Kansas City. I feel like you gotta use him like that. He's not going to be Nick Chubb. Nobody is like. He's not gonna be able to like break tackles like Chubb did, like in going at the gut or in between tackles. So I don't know. Like he has a big challenge ahead, bro. I hope he
Yeah.
does well.
He's just
we'll
a
see.
different style of runner, which
Yeah,
obviously he's not Nick Chubb. Everyone knows that. But in this offense, like this line, we do have a good line. They're up and down. But the run blocking on the line is I don't foresee it being an issue all year. I just don't. With those guards in that center, let's see. Jerome, his senior year of college, 214 carries, 1,300 yards, 21 catches, 220 yards. Like, I mean, he had 16 carries, 106 yards, 3 catches, 25 yards. Almost the exact same stat line Chubb had week 1. He's going to get the same. Depending if they bring someone in, he's probably at least this week, he's going to get the same volume Chubb would have got. Literally the same.
Yeah.
You can dispute the offensive line being good in pass pro, whatever. I'll give you that. But the one thing you can't say, in the run game, they're maulers. Wyatt Teller, like, look at the pancake he had last week.
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was insane.
his grading was great. I know
Was it?
people are. Yeah, I think he might have been top grade on offense.
When? Yesterday?
Am I wrong?
It was Amari this week.
Yeah, I
He's a
think
top
Wyatt
grade.
was number 2. Let me go back and try to find real quick. Wyatt Teller was 3rd. He was behind Amari and Jerome Ford, 76.3 grade.
The only play that I can think of off the top of my head that he really, I wouldn't even say get beat. He just let TJ jump. If you give a guy like TJ Watt lane like that, he's just gonna take it
And TJ
all
Watt,
day long.
TJ Watt hit a rip through move on him too to get to Watson too. I remember
Yep.
those 2 plays. Like it just sticks out like split second. Like I think that was the same play Watson had more that TJ Watt like pressured him and more for a
Yeah.
touchdown.
And I mean, you're gonna get beat by TJ Watt.
100%.
Hate to inform you.
It happens. Yeah.
How many reps a game? I mean, what he play 70 snaps or something crazy, and he was still busting ass. That dude's nuts.
That
If I
whole
could have
family.
if I could have any player in the NFL, it'd probably be Micah Parsons, but TJ close second.
Bro, he like screams off the edge like with like reckless like it's like 1,000 miles an hour. It's like how do you stop
But
that?
he makes it look so effortless too.
Right.
He's finesse. It looks like he puts everybody else in slow motion.
He's probably
Yeah,
the best. He's probably the best finesse rusher in the league.
Yep.
I mean, I've always thought so high of him. It sucks because he's on the Steelers, and I know people don't like admitting that, but fans have had a lot of issues admitting that.
Yep.
Because
But
the
he
Miles
was-
Garrett factor too. That's why.
Bro, he was on our ass all game. Like,
Yep.
Watson probably had nightmares about him.
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh, here we go with this guy.
Dog shit.
What's the long-term plan with this guy?
I mean, you picked up his 5th-year option, so I think he's here.
Jedrick Wills, by the way, for those who aren't on audio.
I think he's here no matter what next year because you picked up his 5th-year option. So unless you pull a stunt with Baker where you eat 40, 50, whatever it is, percentage of the contract, he's probably going to be on the roster.
It would be different if he didn't pout like a little bitch every time he
Right.
gets beat. Like he does this. Really slumps his shoulders, like
Yeah, your
are you
body
doing,
language,
dude?
your body language
I mean,
says more than words sometimes.
I was watching back that, and this is ridiculous to ask. It wouldn't happen, but like I was watching back the fumble for the touchdown at the end, and just imagining if he would have maybe just like ran over to the ball, he could have maybe shoelace tackled him. I don't know, probably not, but he literally stood there and just watched him go score. And that's
That's
the same
like-
thing with him always.
That's all he does, dude. Stand around, get beat. He's on ice skates out there. Like it
100%.
doesn't matter who you're going against. Like it's insane.
It's just exhausting, bro. It's like
It's-
we've had the same conversation about this dude every year.
But what do you do if you don't bring him back?
You got nothing. You got nothing. You're
You
stuck
don't-
with him.
You don't have a first-round pick.
It's like
You
Watson.
you have cap space, but not expendable to spend $20 million a year.
Isn't his like this is the most pressure he gave up like in 2 weeks since he's been in the league?
I'm pretty sure he only gave up like 16 his rookie year when he was really good. And
Now
he's already
like 9.
he's already given up 9 in 2 games.
That's insane. That's terrible. Like
Yep.
it's not. We're not gonna win football games with that shit, dude.
You can't.
You
You're
can't.
gonna have to roll everything away from his side.
And
He's
you have
just-
Watson already like panicking with happy feet. It's just a terrible like. It's a terrible combination, dude.
Close the other door too. Sorry, boys. My,
All right, though. I'll close the door for you.
my dog was in here. Can you see it?
Even he knows the Browns were bad yesterday.
Dude, he was in here biting my hands up. I'm trying to sit here and talk shit about Jed Wills. Let me do it in peace. Come on. I mean, yeah. There's not much else you could say. It's just something you're stuck with.
It is what it is.
He's like herpes, bro.
Oh,
Jesus
What are you gonna do?
Christ.
I mean, is that fixable? I don't even know. I'm not a doctor.
no, it is not.
I mean, I don't remember what order I put him in here, but we'll get to DeJuan Jones. I know we were talking a lot today about how annoyed we are that David Njoku just cannot. They can't find a way to involve him. It's been 2 games, whatever, but like last year it was Njoku breakout season coming, and he had flashes, and he actually had pretty good chemistry with Jacoby. But this year it was like David Njoku breakout season incoming. Like
Yep.
I know we all play fantasy and follow along with that, and like he was very highly ranked. It's only 2 games, but non-factor at all. His blocking's great. I love him. I wish we'd throw him the ball. He busts his ass blocking, dude. He's gotten so much better over his career with that. Like
Yep.
he's become one of my favorite players by far, because we were worried about him at first that he was kind of a track guy. He didn't really want to play football. How much does he care? This and that. We took him over T.J. Watt. Like, but he's
bought in.
he bought in. He worked his ass off to improve where he was not the best. He got paid, and I mean, all I've seen is great effort by him. He still busts his ass. It's like every game he looks like he put on another few pounds of muscle. This dude's a
I
freak.
think it was the Browns tight ends coach, T.C. McCartney. He said David Njoku's got a jugs machine at his house, and
Yes,
that
yeah, I
dude just
heard that.
works. He works his ass off.
Yeah, I mean, when he was younger, he was known as the guy like Butterfingers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to jinx anything, but he still has a drop here and there. Who doesn't? You know. But you got, what is he, 6'5",
He's a national champion high jumper.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude.
Look at what he did in that Tampa Bay game. That catch he had
Oh, dude,
to
that was
send it to
so-
That
overtime.
one hand was insane.
It was
bro.
insane. Just get him the ball. Like, what did he have? 30 yards last night?
Something like that, yeah.
He had 4 catches for 48 yards.
Oh, well.
It's decent.
That's better than I thought, honestly.
Me too.
One of them was on that, I think, 25-yard catch.
Just wish he didn't fumble that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with 6 catches, 50, 60 yards a game for him. That's
Yep.
not always going to happen, but I feel like that's a pretty solid game. Throwing a touchdown every other week or so. He's 6'4", 250.
It's big.
He's a big-ass dude. They got to get him involved.
If he gets 60 yards a week for 17 games, that's over 1,000 yards.
Speaking of big dudes,
100%.
Big Thanos.
I love this dude.
He's a stud.
DeJuan Jones.
Developed here.
Yeah, right? About time. Busting his ass. I had a couple tweets after the game about him. I don't know if you guys listened to the post game press conference, and anyone listening, I'm not sure if you caught it, but like he literally sounded like a 10-year vet. He was so
And that-
professional. He was cool about the Chubb thing. He's like, that we just got to move on. We love him. He went down. Guys got to step up. We got to do our job even better now, and everyone's just got to rally and make it happen. We should have won this game. We're better than this. We're going to be better than this. Cool. A rookie
Yep.
just said that. Cool.
And that was the knock against him coming out of college. People were like, oh, is he really bought in? Does he want to play basketball? He's overweight, this, that, and the other. He came into camp, worked his butt off. He's looked pretty good in 1.5 games.
Pass blocking.
He's struggled in the run game, but I don't know.
I mean,
I don't personally expect a lot out of a guy that big.
And his assignment last night was probably the best he's going to see all season. Like,
100%
Oh.
easily.
yeah. So, and he did pretty good. So,
Until we play them again, that is the
Yeah,
best pass
exactly.
rusher he'll block all year.
yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think on the schedule who else he'd come up
Nick
against.
Bosa. I don't know if he's on the other side. Who Wills? I
Oh,
don't know.
that's true. Yeah, Bosa. Titans. I
Titans got Harold Landry and Jeffrey Simmons. But he's a
couldn't
tackle.
fucking touch T.J. Watt.
No.
He might. I mean, he'll get Clowney when we play the Ravens if he's healthy.
Yep.
That'll be a good
Yep.
matchup.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think he'll bury Clowney, personally.
Oh,
Clowney's sloppy.
1000%.
He's always off balance.
Right.
I mean, he did a good job against Sam Hubbard in week 1.
Yeah, he did a really good job against Sam Hubbard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, his grade, second game, blocking TJ Watt a majority of the time. You have the best pass block grade on the team. 0 complaints.
Nope.
Zero
Yeah.
complaints. So, I know it's weird with Jed, and I already see people saying, switch them sides. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the line is what it is, and they're going to make it work, and we have the best O-line coach in the NFL, and you just got to trust that it's going to work out.
But that's the thing people don't understand, how hard it is to switch from the right side to the left side. In your brain, you got to constantly retrain the muscle memory. The steps are completely flipped. It's not just plug and play. If it was that easy, everyone would do it.
Well, you got the same with Jed. He was
Yeah.
a right tackle.
100%. But at least with Jed, it was a little bit different because Tua was a lefty, so it's kind of like a blind side there.
Yeah, I just mean like translating to the NFL. But we could, when Conklin went down, this could have been an absolute disaster. And he has, I don't want to jinx anything. He's filled right in like nothing. So
Yep.
if he can keep that up and that doesn't become another glaring hole, it seems like the offense already has a few too many.
Man, yeah.
I
We
think
don't need that to be another one.
Exactly.
I think he's the least of my worries on the offensive line, if we're being honest.
Same here. And then the 3 or 4 year veteran on the other side, the liability. So,
And then you got the 3 guys on the interior. They're all studs. Pochich, Batonio,
Yeah.
Teller. Not worried about them at all.
Yeah, they're all monsters. They're going to be fine. They got to. It all comes back to the quarterback.
yep.
He's got to trust his lineman. He's playing like he doesn't.
Yeah, he's playing like he did last year. It doesn't like
He played like he doesn't trust. He played like, oh shit, here they come. Every play.
Yep.
Literally every
Exactly.
single play. Does it still show his pass
No.
block rate on your guys' screen?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, these banners are really slow on StreamYard. You
The
guys see
defense.
You guys see the D? Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted last night. I'm 26 years old for the 10th time. I gotta say it's the best. It's only 2 weeks, but dude, I've never witnessed a Browns defense like this.
Yeah, it's probably the best defense I've seen in my life.
I had zero worries that the Steelers were gonna
Nope.
drive down and do anything on us. I had zero worries.
It was just that fluke ass 70-yard TD.
They had 255 yards of offense, and 71 yards of that was on that one play.
Yeah.
They had
I'm
one-
so mad about that play.
They had one bad play.
A zone buster.
We had one bad play on defense, and the Steelers ended the game with 26 points.
Yep. And here's something crazy. Third quarter, -7 yards. Entire game, never, and I'm going to stress it again, they never ran a play in the red zone, and they still won the football game. That's insane to me. That should never happen.
That makes me just so mad, bro. Like, you can't lose that football game. You can't.
Yeah, and I mean, best third down defense in the league through 2 weeks. Like, if you look back every year and like look at contenders and who goes on to win and who wins games, third down defense is low key one of the most important stats in the NFL, and
Yep.
we have been notoriously bad at it for 5 years. And this year, I mean, it's still early. It's not a massive sample size, but it's not a massive sample size for any other teams. And
Right.
people are lacking. I mean, a lot of third down is miscues, miscommunications, blown coverages, blown assignments. Guys are not blowing assignments. Like we said, there was one play last night, and I still don't know what that was. Did anyone read about that? What happened with that? Did they not?
With the
I,
Packers
saw-
one?
I'm not sure.
Someone said he didn't pass. I don't know if it was Juan or Denzel. I think they were in zone and they didn't pass it off correctly. Two guys went to the same spot. I don't know. I forgot to look at that. I was too depressed.
How many years and years passed with just Browns teams, like even dating back to like, let's just say 2007 when they won 10 games, you would see them, it'd be 3rd and 15, 3rd and 8, whatever. They'd get 16 yards or 9 yards or just one extra yard
Bro,
Yep.
every time.
the Halloween music.
Yep.
It's third down. I'd be in the
And-
stadium like, great, here we go.
And then in your head, you're like, it's first down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 3rd and 14. Here comes 14 and a half yards.
Yep.
Right, exactly, bro. Every
It's
time.
3rd and 26. Here comes 27 yards. Like,
Yep.
no matter what, I'm really excited to see how they look against Derrick Henry because he hasn't been he's been kind of limited so far. I think the Titans line's kind of you know.
And a lot of that third down defense, that's coaching.
Yep.
Jim Schwartz, they're just physically tougher, noticeably faster off the ball, just every aspect much better.
And this Titans team, like Jim Schwartz has so much film to look through because their identity hasn't changed in years.
Right.
They have the same similar game plan, pretty similar playbook. You know, Henry off the edge. They got Chigazem at tight end now. He's kind of more dynamic, but I saw he hurt his ribs.
Not to mention Jim Schwartz is a senior defensive assistant there last year.
Yep. So he knows
Right.
them.
Yeah. I mean, which makes me believe Vrabel's going to have some bullshit in the playbook.
100%.
1000%.
Vrabel's a good coach.
But who's the bullshit going to?
Right.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Traylon Burks.
Treylon
Don't-
Burks on
don't
half
know
the
his guy.
hamstring. He's always hurt too. I mean,
Yeah.
that I haven't looked at I don't think it's out yet, but like under props for the Titans is probably a decent look this
Oh,
week.
1000%. I'm about to do a bunch.
Like under touchdowns, under points scored.
I said this on Twitter, and I'll say it again. Ryan Tannehill at this age, he just doesn't move me. He looks slow in the pocket, just doesn't
just-
really do a whole lot.
He's just a gamer though.
He is. I'll give him to. He's tough. He's a tough vet. Makes plays when you need it. But if you get after him, I don't think he's going to beat you.
Well, here's the thing. They needed him to win them the game last week, and they won the game
Yep.
because he came through when they needed him to. And we are 0-1.
And our QB
that.
couldn't do that. So,
We're 0-1 on that so far.
Yep.
And I mean, late in games, dude, Vrabel, it's just like we were talking about, Kevin, the games that have been the worst are the games we play respected elite coaches, if you call it, whatever you rank coaches. And I think Vrabel is among that. I mean, they always have a solid game plan. They always attack. They do, like I said, they've had the same identity for years, and it still works. So you're doing something right.
yep.
You know what I mean?
They definitely play hard-nosed football there. Another thing to look at, they just drafted Peter Skoronski, so see if he's back this week.
Yep.
Left tackle.
Yeah, he was out last
Oh.
week, right?
Yeah, he didn't play last week.
What was his injury? Do you know?
I will look 1 sec.
I forgot what it was. I know he was out. They still won. Shit.
Yeah, but I remember the Steelers' whole line was hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
We had 2 sacks hardly. I know they were doing quick throws, and
yeah.
Tomlin kind of counteracted that pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, their offense had what? They didn't have a single play inside of our 30-yard line. So it's
Oh,
not-
I didn't even see this the other day. Mike Vrabel said that Peter Skoronski did have a procedure.
what's it, like a knee injury or something?
I can't find it, but he confirmed he had a procedure last week.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that more. I'm a little nervous about our injury report that's going to drop tomorrow.
Oh, 1000%.
Did they say anything about Greg Newsome's arm?
Day to day, I think.
Yeah, day to day. Yeah,
Which-
fancy for day to day.
Usually, that's pretty precautionary. It's usually. a
And
good sign.
luckily, knock on wood, Denzel is just cramping up. Didn't look that good, just seeing him go down. But then he came back. He did come back in, which is a breath of fresh air for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he came back. I mean, he had another great game.
Yep. Let's talk about 22. That dude this year is a monster.
Dude, he's going off, bro.
He is. And I know it's just 2 weeks, but he in a contract year, he's doing everything that you can ask of a guy.
He's playing like the best in the league right now. Like,
Yeah, legitimately.
dude, it's pretty insane, bro.
He's
Like,
looking for that
damn.
paycheck.
Oh, for sure. He's trying to get that bag.
He
Like,
needs to get it.
hopefully
Dude, if
he
you can
gets
lock
some
him and
balls.
Juan up for the next few years,
That'd be cool.
I'm not mad at that.
Me either.
Nope.
they complemented each other pretty well too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And I feel like Delpit, one of his things, like he was always kind of iffy on in the tackling department, and
He was our best tackler last year.
his
So he,
tackling grade's been
he
nuts.
led the team in tackles last year.
Yep, but early on, he definitely got a lot better at that.
Yeah, he whatever he did this off season,
Keep
keep it
doing
up,
it.
keep it
Yep,
up, dude.
keep doing it.
bro.
And a lot of times, I mean, you could say with any player, but I feel like with corners and safeties, you have to have some swagger to you and some confidence. And if you lose your confidence, teams will acknowledge that instantly, and you'll start getting picked on. He's got a new level of confidence I've never seen with him.
Oh yeah, exactly. I agree.
Are you guys still seeing best third down defense in the league?
No, it's not there.
Yeah, my shit's all fucked up, but that's okay. Yeah, bro. I'm excited to keep watching him. He's been a breath of fresh air. It's
Yep.
like every play he's right there. And like they had that one third down late where they tried that little like sweep to Najee, and Grant just sniffed it out on the edge.
Dude, he's
When
so good.
when's the last time we've had a safety like that off the top of your, like my head? I can't think of one besides like maybe TJ Watt
TJ
or,
Ward.
or TJ Ward. TJ Ward, yeah.
TJ Ward, yeah.
That's a good question, dude. I'm trying to think of the safeties we've had.
We had Dante Whitner,
John
and
Johnson, bro.
he was supposed to be.
Dante Whitner. Dante Hittner.
That name
Yep.
hitting her, yep.
I feel like he had a good year or two.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Yeah, he was cool. He was a little washed, but
I'm trying to think of other ones. I can't think.
I can't either. Andrew Sandejo,
Yeah.
best safety in the league. Sign him again.
oh my god.
RB2 coming soon, huh?
Yeah.
Looking like it.
I
For
think
the-
it's imminent.
For those that are watching on audio, Kareem Hunt visited the Browns today.
Yeah, you don't watch audio, but I got you.
Yeah, that is true.
He's
Got my
gonna,
ass.
I mean, he's gonna sign, right?
He still lives in Cleveland.
He was in
said-
Columbia Station, supposedly. So
He said he wants to play here, according to Mary Kay, and I can't remember who his agent is, but I'm pretty sure she's cool with him too. So he probably just told her straight up, like, I want to play here. I mean, he posted a Snapchat. I don't know if that was old. I don't know if that was old or not. I don't have him on Snapchat, but I saw that going around today. People are saying that.
Yeah,
But
somebody.
he still lives here, and obviously it was pretty urgent if they brought him in not even 12 hours later
right,
after the running back going down.
right. They had to
And-
make really quick calls on that.
Yeah, he turned down other opportunities, and people were kind of confused. Maybe he was just holding out to see how the dust settled. I mean, Jerome Ford was hurt, so maybe in his mind he was thinking, maybe I'll just hold out. If this thing lingers and they got to put him in IR or something, I might be able to grab a spot back there because him and Nick Chubb were inseparable.
Well, here's another thing. It's Mary Kay said they looked at Cam Akers, but the only caveat, if you bring in a guy like Cam Akers, it's probably going to take him a month to learn the playbook. You bring in Kareem, bam, just plug and play.
He's had all the experience here. He's all the same coaches, a lot of the same guys.
Yep.
And, like, the line knows how to block. Like, they know how he runs. They have so many reps with him. And that's a
And-
big deal.
And everyone loved Kareem in the locker room.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved him too, dude. Last year was bad. But
Yeah,
It was for sure.
it was really bad.
but
Yeah.
some of that was also he wasn't healthy. He played every game, but something was off about him. And I don't think he would get actual legitimate carries and not just when you have the hot hand, we'll give you the ball. You're going to get the ball probably 10, 15 times a game minimum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder how they'd complement Ford with him. It's interesting. I think it
Yeah,
could definitely work.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued on how that will work, but I think they will make it work somehow.
It's weird because I was like, and I put a tweet today that, like, even if we get him, I don't expect much. And that's not a diss on him. Like, if we bring in Kareem Hunt, he's been sitting on the sidelines for the season. I mean, you'd assume he's been putting work in and he's in great shape, but you never know. My expectations are not going to be high, and that's fair. I'm not
Right.
shitting on the guy. I like Kareem Hunt, and I think he could be great here again in a role that suits him. But people are already saying he's running back one. Come on, dude.
If it's a 1 year deal for let's say the veteran minimum $2 million with incentives, he's gonna have a lot to prove because he's gonna want to try to get a contract. It
Yeah.
probably could be his last contract of his NFL career.
Could be.
And whatever you get out of him, it's awesome.
And he's home.
Yeah, he
Right.
he has every reason to love it here.
He's down the street, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
What is-
I mean, he has an emotional attachment to this team. And that I don't know how much that means, but I think it means a lot.
Definitely.
A little extra motivation to come in and ball out for your city, for
Plus-
your team, for your family, for your friends.
You watch one of your best friends go down like that, and I don't want to say replacing because you obviously can't replace Nick Chubb. You're gonna run with a little pep in your step, pissed off.
Right.
He already
That-
runs pissed off.
That'd be a pretty cool 30 for 30. Kareem Hunt
Hell yeah.
balling
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Browns go win the Super Bowl for Nick Chubb, for Jim Brown, for Jim Donovan.
Yep.
Yep.
All the storylines are there. But we're not very good with storylines. Maybe that'll change. I don't
We'll
know.
see. We'll see.
We'll be there.
Yes,
Tailgating
sir.
Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Kyle texted me. It was funny. He texted me Monday night, and he was like, "Dude, I'm not even that excited about tailgating now, just because the Nick Chubb was just so deflating and losing that game." But I feel better about it already. I mean, you go in, you're 2-1. Chubb's not coming back. We know that, but 2-1. I wouldn't have been mad if you told me we were 2-1.
Nope.
You know. And you need to win this because you got the Ravens next. If you slip up, you're quickly 1-3 going into a bye week. The vibes are going to be bad. We got an early bye
And then
week.
you got the 49ers after the bye.
Ooh, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah, don't. It's not going to.
And I'll say it now. Obviously, looking ahead, I don't know if we'll win the 49ers game.
That'd be a big win.
It would be a huge win.
It would be.
Statement win.
Definitely.
It definitely helps that they're coming into Cleveland.
Yep.
1,000%
traveling.
does.
It's a lot of traveling. We're coming off a bye. We'll be fresh.
That's another trend that got broken. Teams that were playing San Fran
Yeah.
were 0-15. Pittsburgh ended that. Shout out to
It was a
them.
battle of the trends, and Pittsburgh kept theirs, and we lost ours.
But there's a Steelers fan that came into our space last night and said, regardless of who won, neither team should have felt good about winning that because it was sloppy football.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, they still won.
They did.
They got it on the record.
Yep.
That's all
That's
that
all that
matters.
matters.
Yep, that's all that matters.
A win is a win, whether you win by 1 or 100 or in the best or worst way.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, they got their own problems. Their offense is fucking god awful. I don't care what anyone says. That was one of the worst offenses I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yep.
Matt
I don't know
Canada
what-
is not good at all.
I don't know
No.
what their long-term plan is, but I would be very worried if I was a Steelers fan.
Sign Kenny Pickett to a max deal.
Right, and make Matt Canada coach. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, that's a whole nother story, but that's a bad team. That's a bad offense we lost.
That offense, yeah, the offense is bad.
But
Yeah.
like we said, dude, you go smack the Titans. I mean, I'm not that high on the Titans, but again, they're a good they're well coached. They got guys with experience. They got guys who know how to win. They always end up in the playoff race somehow. They always have all these injuries. They just find a way to win games. And if you can just find a way to squeak out a couple games early in the season, come November, it makes everything so much more simple for you. You don't have to do 19 math equations to see how you can squeeze in a wild card spot.
So if we're just looking at the odds, obviously Nick Chubb going down changes that a lot. The Browns open at -4.5, and it's down to -3 at home.
So it was -3.5 yesterday.
So it shifted even more. It opened at -4.5.
Yeah, and -3.5 is just a terrible betting line in general on a side.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
how many games in the NFL go down to a field goal? But yeah, I mean, Vegas sees this game going down to a field goal, and that makes me nervous.
And Vegas is normally spot on. It's scary how spot on they are with the stuff.
Dude, it was pretty insane how spot on they are. It's annoying.
Yeah.
That's why they make the big bucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hopkins had one missed field goal. It's tough to kick in Pittsburgh, dude. He nailed the other ones.
What was that, 55-yarder he nailed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right down the middle.
He's
With
like
the leg.
career like 50%, 50 yards plus.
But
so
even his misses look way better.
they do, yeah.
They're not wobbly off the foot. It just
Nope.
it just hooked on him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's fine. I don't lose any faith in him.
Not at all.
No.
55 yards right down the middle.
Right.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I expected him to make that, and he made it. So he's
Yep.
he's fine.
And I mean, Pittsburgh's a notoriously,
It might be the hardest place to kick other than Cleveland.
literally.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, and it was nice for him to come back out after missing that and look unfazed.
Yep.
Because
That's calm,
where
cool, collected as a kicker.
that's where I get nervous. From all the shit in the past.
Yep.
So many people, so many kickers, they miss once, and that's ball game. So I feel good about the Titans game. I don't know. I didn't feel good about the Steelers game. I feel better about the Titans game. Maybe my guts tell me something. Maybe my guts onto something. I don't know. You could win and lose. It's the NFL, dude. No
Yeah.
game. There's nothing guaranteed. Every game should be a 3-point spread. To be honest, it's that close all the time.
Literally all
Here's-
the time.
Here's a question we just got going into the year. Just looking forward. Would you give Alex Van Pelt the keys to the offense if you were Kevin Stefanski? Seems like he's on borrowed time if this year isn't a success. Is a play caller change possible? What do you guys think? I don't think it's possible right now. And after the year, if there's a play caller change, it's not going to matter because nobody's going to be here.
I'm gonna say no,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no too.
but what do I know? I mean, there's definitely some plays with Kevin where I'm like, what the fuck? Like can we just not QB sneak? Can someone
Right.
ask that question in
That
a
was
press
the best
conference?
play we had all year, and we don't run it anymore.
We won games because we could QB sneak last year.
You're right. Jacoby was so on the money, bro. It was insane.
We lost a possession where we were driving and milking clock late in the game because we didn't QB sneak. And
Yep.
we ran some bullshit and we fumbled. Because Watson's running like a peewee quarterback with the ball out like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need 1 yard. Oh, that's weird. It's almost like you shouldn't do QB options or sweeps. Like, have him tuck the ball 2 hands, put his head into Ethan Poach's back, and look at like the play the Eagles do. People want to ban that because it's so successful.
It's a rugby scrum. That's literally what it
Yeah.
is. You,
That
did-
might get
you got
banned.
you got Jason Kelsey just blowing guys off the ball. Take him under center. Ethan Poaches snap it. You dive forward with Nick Harris with a push. Bam. First down.
Yeah.
I would guarantee you'll get 1 yard every time.
And dude, you put James Hudson in at fullback.
Yeah.
Push him.
Literally.
Pick him up
Literally.
and carry him. I don't care what you do.
Anyone.
You need,
Put
you need
a
fucking
big guy
yard.
back there.
Yeah, James Hudson would work. He's a big dude.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see now. I mean, dude, there was people open. We should have won the game. If we execute, the play calling didn't cost us the game. I'll say that. Not at all.
The only thing I didn't like, I remembered like when we got that turnover where we like threw it like 3 straight times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like this is when we still had Chubb. This is before that horrific injury. Like we had Chubb, we didn't run it with him once. I don't even think we scored. Did we not even score that drive? I don't even think we did.
Probably not.
I think we got the ball.
I think that's when he got sacked and we had a punt.
Yep.
So that's the only problem I had with Stefanski all day yesterday was not running it at least one time. I like hate being that guy. Like obviously we couldn't like execute. Like if we'd have executed, like if one of those throws wouldn't have mattered. But like you're in the red zone with Nick Chubb. Like at least try one time. Like
They got a lot. They got a lot to prove this week.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw a lot of people making a good point. Like the 3 QBs that Kevin's had in this offense, when they look bad, they all look the same. I don't know what that's about, but when they look bad, it plays out pretty similar. It's the same issues.
yeah, it is. It really is. I didn't
And,
even
like,
think about that.
Like you said, they came out and threw 3 times. And everything's hindsight 2020, obviously, as a fan, and we have the ability to
Right.
just go tweet, what the fuck was that? But if it works, we're not really going to go tweet, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, we're
gonna
not
be
going
oh,
It
back.
was
Yeah.
I think it was Mary Kay that said it last year when the whole Odell thing was happening. She said it's a timing and rhythm offense. And going to your point, 3 different quarterbacks. If you're missing right there, your timing has to be perfect in a Kevin Stefanski offense. And if one little thing is off, it's not going to succeed.
It's almost like he's panicking in a way about how to get Watson going. Like they don't look. And I mean, Corey Kinnan said that tweet today that I thought was hilarious. That just wait until the Josina Anderson leaks start coming about how Kevin's the problem, and that's terrifying. When I didn't even think about it until he said it, and that's so true, dude.
Yep.
It
That's
can,
gonna hit like
it's
a
going
Well,
to, bro.
especially since, let's just say, obviously, I hope it doesn't happen. Say you're 2-4 through 6 games. Kevin's gonna feel that seat getting warmer and warmer and warmer. How do
It
you
is.
react?
Yeah.
And then when he comes out and he throws 3 straight like that, is like, do him and Watson have an understanding where he's like, hey, I need to get going. Like, let me go throw a little bit, because it's not fucking working, and it's not making him look any better. It's making him
Right.
look worse.
Right.
Like, I saw that stat that he is, I think it was dead last in missed balls percentage,
Yep.
inaccurate ball
That was
percentage.
the one that Jake Trotter tweeted.
That's insane. That is
It's
so
pretty,
embarrassing.
yeah, it's sad. It's sad as fuck.
How does that happen? Next question, Kyle. What you got? Uh-oh, we lost him.
I'm back.
Give
The
us
only
a
other
number.
question that we had, what should we do with Jed moving forward? I think we covered that. And then who will be our running back 1 moving forward? I think you're gonna have to go running back by committee.
Yeah, Jerome Ford's number 1 though.
Yeah. I would ride with Jerome Ford. Didn't Pierre Strong score last night?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He got a
Yeah.
goal line
Yeah.
touch.
Oh yeah, because that's when Nick Harris was the fullback, and him and they made the little. I'd still bring in like Kareem Hunt and like, I guess like see what he can do still, and Pierre Strong can get a little. I don't know. Like,
Well, the
Jerome
thing
Ford's
about
something.
Kareem too that I'm just remembering is like, he's an elite red
Goal
zone
line.
running back,
Yep.
He is.
He's better than Nick Chubb in the red
He
zone.
was.
And
Yeah,
that's
he was.
crazy.
and definitely better than Jerome Ford.
Oh,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Jerome Ford, that's just not his style.
Yeah.
He's
Here's-
not good at hitting the hole. Like Kareem is a. I mean, he was coming in over Nick Chubb, which is saying something, you know?
Here's something we never touched on that I'm thinking off the top of my head. What do we do with the return game? Because DPJ looked horrible.
Yeah. I
Does
don't.
Pierre Strong return at all?
I think
Yeah,
he did. I think he
in
has a
college
little bit.
for North Dakota
Yeah.
State.
Might be
Jack
his turn.
Rabbits.
I just don't get why not catch the ball. Fair catch the ball if you don't want to get hit. All you got to do is catch it. They can't touch you.
Dude, at this point, like I don't even know if it's on Bubba. It's like these like guys. It's like, what are they doing? Like,
Yeah, that was a weird one. I would have liked
I
to
don't-
see someone ask him about that too.
Yeah,
I
Maybe-
don't-
Maybe I missed it.
And that's where it sucks, Jakeem Grant going down. Because
I
you
know,
have that
bro.
guy.
Second
That dude
straight
is.
year in a
Yeah.
row.
Yep. And it sucks. But what are you going to do?
God, this is just the year with our injuries, bro. It's just like every year somebody goes out with something.
If you don't have DPJ, who else returning kicks? Other Pierre Strong, maybe?
I honestly put Pierre back there. Hopefully he can catch it and not fumble it. We'll see. I don't know.
Didn't he run? I'm pretty sure he ran like a 4.37.
Yeah, he did. He was the fastest in the combine for.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions, Kyle. We're running up on an hour, so maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 more. But I kind of like this one. Oh, I lost it now. Oh, this is an interesting one because I was asking Jack Duffin earlier about this because the way contracts work and all that, it's also confusing to me. But with Nick Chubb's injury and the price tag next year, are we worried they might just move on if Ford plays any well? I don't even think Ford has anything to do with it. I think, like people were saying earlier, it's going to come down to the doctors and his rehab and how he recovers. And if I'm assuming he's going to want to keep playing. I mean, he's 27.
Right.
I'm at the point where I genuinely don't even care. Obviously, I want Nick Chubb to come back, but first and foremost, like it's your health. You're gonna live the rest of your life. It's your second serious injury. If that's it, I respect it.
Let's assume he recovers and he wants to play.
Right.
You comfortable bringing him back?
You
I
have
am.
to. You
Right.
can't just the guy laid his body on the line. And I know football is a cutthroat sport, but a guy like that, you don't just cut.
Yeah.
And I feel like he'd still. I don't know, dude. As far as I know, that guy's not human, so he could do anything.
That was my next comment. Like he works out and trains like at a level like most guys cannot.
When he
Wants
tore
it
when
more
he
than
tore
anyone.
that the first time, I'm pretty sure he's back and played week 1 the next year. That's insane.
It is.
That dude, the one thing you cannot take away from that dude, he's gonna work his ass off.
Yeah, he's got the pre-June. He's got the out next year, It's 4 million in dead cap. The cap savings would be about 12 mil. So it's going to come down to, is he worth 12 mil to them?
I think if anything, you start him on the pup list and go from there.
Yeah, you can get interesting with that.
Yep.
Yeah, and Andrew Barry always makes it work. So
Right.
we got questions about head coaches. We got questions about how do we move on from Watson.
You don't, regardless of how you feel about him.
Let's go. Yeah, you can't. He's in. We're committed
Yep.
for as far as I know, 4 more years.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody's committed to him. It's like, yeah.
If they were to just give up on him, that would be the first time in my life where I go, wow, they actually really might be selling the team.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't come back from that. You
Nope.
couldn't come
Literally, you
back from that.
can't.
I don't even want to talk about that yet. Like that's
Right.
so that's
kind of down the
really
road.
good.
That's like this. That's like a December pod.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Right, exactly.
We'll go out on this one, and it's a pretty basic question, but we've kind of covered it. How well does Watson have to play to keep this team afloat?
I mean, wasn't he like a
It's
game
tough.
manager last week?
He had to make what, 2 more throws for us to win last week?
Like,
That's
I mean,
it. We're not
right.
asking that much.
but that was when we had Chubb.
But I'm looking at it this way. Obviously, I want to win, but I don't want to just see you dink and dunk for 180 yards.
Right.
You're making $46 million, and you can say, "Oh, the money doesn't matter. It's not my money. I'm not paying it. Sure, whatever."
And we've
But
seen
as
him
a
do
fan,
it. We've seen him do it.
Yeah.
you have expectations. Any job, like if you're a CEO making $40 million a year, they're gonna expect your company performs. Otherwise, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to step up, man. We're
Yeah.
all tired. We want to
It-
win. We want to have a good QB, and it sucks that his baggage is what it is, and here we are. So
It sucks that we're already here and it's fucking week 3.
right.
The famous Browns gif going around from a few years ago. I'm sick and tired of fucking losing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
exactly how we all feel.
Before the season, I know we had chatted, and I think we all agreed we'll give him to week 6. And it's already week 3, and we're like, red alert, what the fuck's going on? Like, no one expected it to be that bad. But then
Right.
again, if he comes out Sunday, throws for 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, no turnovers, Browns win by 20, no one cares about that week 2 loss.
We're gonna be saying Super Bowl, Super Browns. We're back.
Exactly.
Watson's back.
Highs and lows.
Yeah, exactly.
No one rides highs and lows like Cleveland Browns fans.
Exactly. It's gonna be
But
deserve to, bro.
but I will say, if we win, and he looks bad. It's still going to be concerning.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, the expectations are valid.
You're paid like a top player. You should perform like a top player.
Yeah, and I'll close with one more thing, but I will say we will be at the game Sunday. I'm gonna be flying the flag. So if you see the flag, come say what's up. Hopefully we see some people there. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to enjoy a win. My last 2 games were the Chargers last year, where Cade York missed a fucking field goal, and we couldn't tell because we were on the sideline right by the end zone, and we thought he made it, and we were cheering. And
No
it's
good.
embarrassing being a Browns fan, and that was very embarrassing. And then the year before was the Cardinals game, where we officially, as a fan base, decided that Baker Mayfield was not the guy, and that game was god-awful. So I just need a good game. That's all I asked for. It doesn't even need to be that pretty. Just give me a win, please. My Browns game experiences have been so bad. I mean, I think one of the first ones was that Ravens blocked field goal.
I was at that
touchdown to
game.
win. And then I was at the Miles game where he hit him in the head like a whack.
Yep, same.
And
There
we
you
couldn't
go.
even enjoy it. Me and Kyle left, and we're like, we just won a huge game, and we can't even enjoy it.
The
It's like
season
Nick
was
Chubb.
over.
It's like
Yep.
Nick Chubb getting hurt.
Yeah.
But
But for real, if you see us come through, shotgun a beer.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well, I'll be there.
if you're listening to this, do us a favor, go Dial In Pod on YouTube, subscribe, like, show some love, follow the page. We got the ads at the bottom there.
Same thing on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah, share it, show a like, go tweet at us, give us suggestions, DM us some questions. Hearing that, but what I will close with is, do not be scared to criticize players on your team, and I want everyone to take that with them. You don't need to feel bad for asking a player to play better, especially when a player is making X amount of dollars. I don't give a fuck. You don't get to pick and choose who's warranted of criticism or not. Everybody on the team is warranted of criticism. They
Yep.
signed up for that life. They make money for that life. They're humans. Don't make it personal. No death threats. But it's not asking too much to ask someone to play better. So, and it doesn't need to divide a fan base. We don't need to have Deshaun wars now. We had Baker
Nope.
wars long enough. Everybody wants the same thing. We all want to win. We all want to see them win meaningful games. We all want to go back to the playoffs. We want our guys to play well. We want it all to come together. We don't want to see coaches fired. We don't want to see coordinators fired. We don't want to see players traded away. We don't want to see players cut. We don't want to see guys in and out, up and down. We don't want to see draft busts. Nobody wants any of that shit. But
The end of,
we're allowed to say he played like ass.
yep.
And that's
Because he
what he
did.
did.
He
Yeah.
played like
Don't-
dog shit, and he said he did.
Nobody's got to jump through hoops to try to justify it. People
No.
did that for Baker. Like Dennis said earlier in the pod, you call a spade a spade. You play
Yeah.
bad. You play bad. You're not immune from criticism. You play good. You'll get your props. 100%.
Yeah,
I'll be right back there Sunday tweeting
1000%.
glorifying him if he plays well.
exactly. We all want to. It's not like we don't want to.
I don't, yeah. And like people think
Like-
it comes to a point where like you'd rather be proven right. And I know there's some Browns fans that are like that with him, and that sucks. And
That's
It's-
that's how it was with Baker. Like,
yeah. And
And
with
I-
Watson, it's personal because the legal shit. And like, I understand there's going to be some moral issues forever. People want him to fail. Other fan bases want him to fail, but people in our fan base want him to fail. And we know a couple accounts we're all thinking of right now. But at the end of the day, they'd rather see the Browns win a Super Bowl than the quarterback they hate fail. So
100%.
we're all on the same page.
yeah.
Let's go get a fucking win. Let's go 2-1. Take it 1 week at a time. Nick Chubb's gone. Jerome Ford's going to step up. Game plan's going to be great. They're back at home. It's all going to come together. We're going to be 2-1. We're going to not even be thinking about that Steelers loss. We're going to be right on to the Ravens.
Yep.
And going on the bye week on a high note with that 49ers game lurking is a big deal. So,
Big deal.
With that being said, we'll see y'all in the Muni lot.
see you in the Muni Lot. Come say what's up. Show some love. We'll see you next week. Episode 3. Hopefully we're 2-1. Go Browns, baby.
Yes, sir.
Go Browns.